Yeah, I have some good friends and dive team members that are photographers. And I always laugh about diving with them because I feel like my dive is spent watching them take photos. Like that's basically what I'm doing because I want to be there, right? I don't, I'm not going to walk away from them. But the benefit to me, the flip side of that is that I have a lot of really cool underwater photos of myself because they'll flip the camera around and go, oh, you're still here. Pose for a second or whatever. And we get to play those things. And it's cool for me as well because I'm not a photographer. I don't know, that that bone wasn't built in my body for some reason to see the shot. Like I just don't see it, and so it's cool for me. I get to observe instead of just being bored looking at the butt of my photographer friend while he's taking pictures. I try to imagine, well, what do they see? What are they
Hmm.
seeing? Can I see what they're seeing? And then I get to look at the photos later and say, oh, I did get that. I knew what he was looking at there, or whoa, I was way off. I had no idea, and things. And so I do a lot of the GoPro when I'm teaching, but that's a whole different thing, right? That's just I'm capturing something so we can look at it later. It's not,
Right.
it's as long as it's in frame for the most part, you're fine. And so I've found that I've actually benefited a lot from diving with photographers because they're showing me a way to look at the environment that I don't naturally look at. I'm kind of, in awe of all of it, but they can focus on, the little salamander that's endemic to that spring that I just completely missed because I wasn't looking for it, and they were. And so, yeah, I think that photography diving is definitely a whole subject unto itself. But being a person that doesn't do photography, but trying to be a good teammate, I've actually found a lot of benefit than being sitting there. You could complain about it too. I'm bored. Like, did you get your shot? Come on, let's go. Like there's other things to see, but I've just found a piece with like, oh, let me try and imagine what they're imagining and what they're seeing. And it's been a real benefit to me as a diver.
Yeah, I mean, all of it works up to being in a way. It's especially the photos part. I mean, it's always good to show. When people go, "Oh, you scuba dive. What do you see?" It's like, "Do you see sharks?" I'm like, "Yeah, I saw a shark. It was about this big. It was a horn shark, so vicious, laying there, going." But you could, but it's opening up that world. It's kind of like the whole Jacques Cousteau thing, with all his, shows that he did promoting scuba diving and just the ocean in general. We can all be those ambassadors to share it with other people. So it becomes, again, like I said, that talking point for me. So it's like, oh, there I am pulling out my phone, going through the Facebook photos. Hey, see this photo? I took that photo.
Right.
you know, and at the same time, like going back to those friends, you can bounce that stuff back and forth. It's a good talking point. Like, hey, did you see this? You know, oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that was right there. So even with your friends that are not diving with cameras, like you said, you can show them other things that they're not maybe seeing. It just
Right.
opens up different possibilities. There's so many different things, that create those, like you said, the relationships amongst your diving. I have my tech friends, we go and do the cave dives. We've got the video, we're watching the video, and you're like going, how long is this video? Oh yeah, it's like 2 hours long. It was more exciting when we were doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at that wet rock. And look at that wet rock. There's another wet